12 universal coupon format. We've done some work with them actually at AutoStar and in supermarkets and pharmacies. One of the most entrepreneurial guys that I've worked with, always looking for some innovative solution for our partners, always coming up with some new idea. So excited to hear what he has to say. Let's go, Sam.
Thanks, Josh. I appreciate that. Nice to see you guys today. So as Josh mentioned, I kind of come out of the traditional, what I call the traditional electronic payment space, credit, debit, ATM. A couple of years ago, came across these new 8112. The AI stands for Application Identifier. That is a designation from GS1. You guys may be familiar with GS1 as the managers of the UPC database out there, and then also, of course, the standards for the barcodes that those UPCs can represent. And so 8112, nData is a clearing and settlement entity for 8112s. We were formed about 1.5 years ago in a partnership actually with the National Association of Convenience Stores, who saw 8112 as an efficient way to bring digital couponing into the convenience store space. But as Josh mentioned, we've been active in a number of other verticals like grocery and drug and general retail we're looking at also. What's interesting is the AI 8110 has been the historic standard for digital promotions, for both digital and paper promotions, excuse me. It basically has been around 30 years. It's been a workhorse, but of course it has become subject to fraud. And what a lot of people don't realize is that 75% of the roughly 100 billion coupons issued every year are still paper, right? So basically the 8110 represents about 70 billion plus paper coupons, as well as a slice of digital. It's subject to fraud, slow payment, limited data, as you can imagine. And so the 8112 is the new standard that will be used for converting those paper coupons to digital over the next 5 years. 8112s are very flexible. They represent a lot more positions within the barcode so that you can gather a lot more data. They're serialized, single-use, fraud-free. They provide in-basket validation, meaning when you scan the 8112 off of a phone, it actually checks the basket to make sure that that UPC that the offer represents, that product is actually in the basket. That's one of the ways that they're able to reduce fraud. Obviously, because it's digital or rapid payment, you get a lot more digital insights. You know, what I really want to stress here is this is a unique event, right? This transformation from paper to digital will never happen again, right? And right now, all of those paper coupons that are out there, none of them have your name on them, right? None of them have your telephone number on them. As you convert these paper coupons to digital, you're going to create a whole new digital audience. Somebody's going to capture that audience over the next 5 years. Why not let it be you as an ISV or a reseller and your retailers? Because once you digitize those transactions, once you digitize those offers, the ability to communicate with that consumer is created, right? You're creating a whole new digital audience that didn't exist before. So I'm going to go through the benefits of the 8112, and these are the benefits that are known at this point, right? Like QR codes, right? And thank you for that outline on QR codes because they're an important part of this process, right? This is going to be a new technology that will expand use in a lot of ways that we can't even imagine right now. But as mentioned before, obviously it lowers costs of acceptance and speeds payment. Obviously, the CPGs that are taking these paper offers and converting them to digital allow independent retailers to kind of even the playing field with big box. If you're familiar with load-to-card programs, which is traditional loyalty, a lot of those offers are concentrated in the big box loyalty programs, right? By the time you get to independent retailers, there's not a lot of availability of the offers, and consequently, you know, load-to-card programs, digital load-to-card programs in independents a lot of times don't have very many offers, right? 8112 will change that, because that digital offer for 8112 that's available at Walgreens will also be available at your local IGA store, or maybe the corner store that you guys are an ISV for, etc. Obviously, you can also use it for serialized fraud-free in-store promotions, right? So just the same way we can create a campaign for Procter & Gamble or General Mills, you can use this technology for creating in-store promotions for your customers, or we can help you do that. We'll talk about it. One of the things I really want to zero in on also is the ability to integrate with retail media. This is kind of an example of a new application for 8112s that, or a kind of alternative application that they can be used for. So think about a QR code on a digital media screen or an electronic shelf label that the individual is able to capture with their phone and then and then redeem at the retail point of sale, right? Suddenly you have the ability to provide attribution for that retail media. It's going to be a very powerful tool as retail media networks develop, people use QR codes for delivering offers, etc. And then finally, we use a digital wallet for our 8112 offers called Coupon 24. Now, unlike the digital wallets that Ray was talking about, this is not designed to be a payment wallet, right? This is designed to be a wallet where the coupon is stored. The individuals are able to capture any number of coupons. You can also use that wallet for targeting consumers that have come into your audience. We'll talk about how you build an audience with these digital wallets. There are a number of them out there. Another one is called Grocery Coupon Network. You guys can check it out. There'll be a number of these kind of digital offer wallets for 8112s that are created in the market. Room for a lot of winners in this space. And finally, not all digital wallets are created equal, right? Google and Apple have digital wallets. People say, hey, can I store my 8112 inside my Google or Apple wallet? You can, but the fact is that they're very rigid systems and you don't have the flexibility for these coupon-focused digital wallets. A good example is you see that barcode that says multi-coupon code. All of the coupons that you may have in the wallet are bundled into that coupon code. So the consumer doesn't have to scan each individual coupon. You scan that barcode and you're able to deliver all of the coupons into the basket, validate it. If you got 10 coupons, 3 items in the basket, it'll apply the discount to those 3 items, take the 7 that were unvalidated, put them back in the wallet for your next shopping trip. This is a little bit of the consumer experience here. I'm going to zero in on the custom screens. In a minute, we'll show you how you use QR codes to build an audience with a wallet like Coupon 24. But once you build that audience and bring them in, then when they download the wallet, you kind of bring them into your wallet audience, you can then begin to brand the wallet itself. In this case, it's with Hardy Drugstore that we work with through AutoStar. But then you can also use these you also use 8112 for building, as we mentioned, in-store custom promotions, right? So you see the food service here, like a fried chicken offering. You can also use it for a wide variety of other, what we call limited spend catalogs. Ray mentioned pay by link, right? That's in effect a limited spend catalog. So you, just the same way that the 8112 can represent all of the UPCs that allow you to do a $1 off Head & Shoulders shampoo, you can actually take the 500 UPCs and PLUs that represent fresh produce in your produce department, bundle them up, and then it can become part of a food prescription program, or maybe an over-the-counter OTC program. I would guess that a number of you ISVs have spoken to providers of services like this. Just here's another rendering of the multi-coupon code that speeds the line, right? So talking about the in-store promotions, and this is going to be one of the great recurring revenue opportunities for ISVs with 8112. So obviously you get transaction revenue when a coupon is redeemed through your systems. But you can also help your retailer create in-store campaigns for private label, food service, we discussed that, overstocks, discontinued. The screen you see is a campaign that we did with a drugstore chain, that same drugstore chain, Hardy. This is a case study you'll find on our website, where they're in Big Ten country, right? Big football fans, big Iowa Hawkeye fans. And so they sell a bunch of sports swag, but they also do t-shirts and jerseys for all the local high school teams in their 25 stores in a 3-state area, right? That represented 1,800 UPCs. We took 1,800 UPCs, bundled them on a single offer, a single barcode, only promoted it through social media channels, right? That's the way that we delivered that specific offer. They did dozens of transactions in just a 2-week period, very popular. But it also kind of showed how flexible the system can be and how many UPCs and PLUs you can actually bundle under a single limited spend application. Very, very flexible. This creates a number of ISV reseller revenue opportunities, obviously the sales commissions, setup and implementation fees, and then recurring transaction fees. Here's some good examples of some campaigns that we did and also how you use QR codes to bring shoppers into your audience. So each of those QR codes that you see on the Aleve program as well as the Produce program represent both access to downloading Coupon 24 as well as the offer itself. So you scan that QR code, the consumer can download Coupon 24. By doing that, that QR code is specialized and it's identified for that store. So all of those shoppers then become part of Hardig's audience. And that means in the future you can use Coupon 24 to target them with messages, maybe with special offers, with click-throughs for discounts. And then on the right-hand side, this was a campaign that we did. This was a produce special campaign that we did with a chain of a chain of grocery stores in Colorado. Again, the same thing. The interesting thing about the Aleve campaign, they use social media channels and in-store shelf talkers, right? So it was kind of a mixture of digital and analog delivery to capture a wide variety of consumers. On the produce program, it was just shelf talkers in their produce department, right? And they still did dozens of transactions over a 2-week period. So I think both of them kind of show the efficacy of using both digital and analog to reach the consumer, build the audience, and then of course not only deliver the offer, but then have them as part of the of your audience for future campaigns and future promotions. These are features of Coupon 24. I don't know the features of other digital wallets that are in the 8112 space. I wouldn't be surprised if some people aren't looking at being able to have these same features. But the point of it is that they're very flexible and very effective for independent retailers who don't necessarily have all of the technology available to them, technology and staff that big box have. So just to wrap up real quick, we think that 8112s and these programs will create one of the great reseller ISVs recurring revenue opportunities in the future. We've talked about the CPG opportunities, we've talked about the in-store promotions. You get transaction revenue, you can also get creation and marketing revenue, and obviously this creates merchant retention. And like we spoke about, right, the alternative applications, retail media, things like, we're developing a gas program where these 8112 barcodes will represent discounts for gasoline. So again, it's very, very flexible, allows you to build that loyalty with the retailer themselves, as well as with the retailer's customers. And I want to stress also, we can work with or without a loyalty program. So we have an API so that we can link into a loyalty app in case the retailer wants to be able to access these national coupons that aren't available through their existing loyalty program, or we can use Coupon 24 as a standalone digital app for that retailer. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Zach. That was great.